Plaintiff Destiny Bradley is suing her former friend, Kevontae Fulbright, for conversion and unpaid loans. Destiny says the defendant is a compulsive liar who even fibbed about having a brain tumor to get her to spend time with him. Kevontae admits to lying, but he denies owing the plaintiff for the amount she's suing for.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding. You may be seated.
Destiny Bradley is suing Kevontae?
Yes.
Her former friend for conversion and unpaid loans. Destiny, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Why are you here today?
Okay, Judge. I'm only 19, but normally when it comes to judging people's character, I'm pretty good. But Kevontae, he kind of fooled me. We met through a mutual friend. We hit it off pretty good. We were hanging out. As far as attitudes go, we were pretty much the same. We can both go off at the drop of a dime. Like, if somebody look at us the wrong way, we might snap. One day, he called me. We were talking. He was like, can you please come over? And I'm like, nah, it's midnight. I'm kind of in bed. No, well, I really need to talk to you. And I'm like, why, Kevontae? He's like, because I need to tell you something. Well, one thing I kind of learned about Kevontae is that he lies about everything. Things that it ain't even necessary to lie about. So he tells me, he texts me, he tells me, well, I found out that I have a tumor on my brain. And I'm like, I feel bad. And I start crying and I'm like, well, dang, maybe I should have went over there. So he's like, well, I asked him like, well, how did you find out? What happened? He's like, well, me, my mom, and my grandmother were in a car accident, and it was a rollover accident. And I guess his grandmother passed away from the tumor on her brain. He said that his mom only had a couple of months left, and I guess he was supposed to die sometime soon too.
No, that's a lie.
You didn't tell her that?
No.
Did you tell her any of it?
Yeah, I told her about my grandmother. We was in a rollover accident in 2003. This is when we first met.
What happened to your grandmother?
My grandmother was deceased.
She died from the accident?
She died from the accident.
Or from a tumor?
She died from the tumor.
Go ahead.
And that was just one example of many lies.
Did you have a brain tumor?
No, I never told her that.
Why would she say that? That's just such an outrageous thing.
I don't know why she was saying
I mean,
that.
she could say you're a thief, you're a creep, but why?
Your Honor,
talk to me. Who are
I
you?
caught her crying.
Who are
I'm
you?
her witness. I'm Cecilia Fisher. She called
Are
me.
you her friend?
Yes.
Okay.
She called me crying the night that he said that to her.
And when she called you crying, what did she say to you?
She was like, oh my God. I feel so bad. Kevontae wanted me to come over. I said no. And then he texted me and said that he had a brain tumor.
Who are you?
No,
I'm his sister.
Come on up. What's your name, hon?
My name's Talia Stacy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
What's the deal here?
I don't know. I don't know anything about him having a brain tumor or anything.
Well, obviously he doesn't. But let me ask you. Sis, you grew up with him.
Right. Well, I'm his god sister. Basically, like, we best friends.
You know him.
Right.
So you're not his real sister.
Right, exactly.
So when you stood up and said you were a sister, you were lying.
Well, I meant to say god sister. I apologize for that.
Oh, dear. Does he make things up? Does he exaggerate?
Yeah.
Does he tell little white lies sometimes?
Sometimes,
Look at
but I
me.
don't think but I don't think he'll make something up like that.
Why are you here today?
Because I'm his witness about the money he borrowed from Destiny.
Okay, thank you. You can be seated. God, sister. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I kind of put two and two together because, I was taking.
Were you ever intimate? I mean,
No.
you're just friends.
I don't know how to explain it. We were friends, but we talked about dating, but it never got to the point where we were boyfriends.
Did you go to dinner? Did you go to the movies?
Yes.
All right, so you were pals.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, all right, enough. Why are we here?
On September 25th, me and Kevontae talked about him getting me a phone. He said that he could get it for cheaper than I would be able to get it in the store. So he said, just give me $100 and I'll get a money order and I'll send it to my friend who works for the Metro PCS store, which is a phone company in Michigan. I asked day after day after day, Kevontae, where's my phone? Every day it was a different excuse, like
So you gave him money for a phone, you didn't get the phone?
No.
Talk to me.
I asked her for $200 for the rent for the apartment that I had got. And I called Destiny and I asked her, I said, Destiny, you don't have to do it if you don't have it. She was like, okay. She said, let me think about it and I will give you a call back. So when she gave me the call back, she was like, well, I only have I have the money, but only thing I have on me now is $100. So she comes over and she brings me the money. She brings me the $100. I give the $100 to my sister. I have the money order showing
This
that.
sister or your real sister?
Talea, Stacy.
Okay.
I gave the money to Talea to pay for the rent. So when I gave it to her, Destiny told me, she calls me and was like, well, I have the rest. I have another $100 that you can come over here and get, or I can bring it to you. So therefore, I'm like, well, you might as well bring it to me because I don't have no transportation to come get the money from you. So she brings me the money and I give the money to Talea, my witness here. So when I give the money to her, Talea, I gave the money to her and she takes the money to the apartment complex that I'm living in now, and she gave the money to the people because she was my roommate at the time.
All right, your version, Destiny?
I gave him the whole $200 and he came to my house and got it, and Cecilia Fisher was at my house when he came and picked up the $200.
No.
What were the circumstances of his coming to the house?
He asked to borrow the money and that he was going to give it back.
Right. And you're there?
Yes. She gave him the money. She got it out of her bank. We went to the bank to get the money out.
Statements right here.
All right, let's see it. Go ahead. You go to the bank to get the money out.
Go to the bank to get the money out, and we go back to her house. And he came by and got the money.
Were you there when she actually handed him the money?
No, I was inside the house.
After Destiny dropped me off back at my house, she gave me the $100 after we left Fridays, the restaurant Fridays.
Let me ask you a question. You say that he calls you up. What is this supposed to prove? That you took out $200 or $100?
Okay.
What does this prove?
This is 3 different incidents.
Yeah.
The money that he's talking about, when we left the restaurant, it was me, it was her, it was him and her ex-boyfriend, and Talea and her boyfriend was supposed to come. We went to the movies and we went out to eat.
Right.
I gave him $100 to move into his apartment.
Right.
And that was September 29th. He was supposed to move in October 1st.
So you give him $100?
Yes.
Did you get
The
anything in
movie-
writing? Hold on. Did you get anything in writing from him saying he owes you $100? Okay, keep going.
Then a couple of weeks later, he told me that him and his mom went to court and he had unpaid tickets, and the money that he had for rent that was supposed to be due November 1st was used to pay the tickets off. That was the second week of October. That's when he came to my house and picked up the $200. Those are 2 different times.
No, not at all.
So $300 is what you say he owes you. Did he pay you back any of that?
No.
Your Honor, when
How much does he owe you?
He owes me $380.
What's the 80 for?
The phone that I never received.
I thought it was $100 for the phone.
You know what? I gave him $80 to move in, but Talea says that she paid for them to move in. So where the $80 went, I have no idea.
I don't care what he did with the money. The issue is how much money did you
He
give
owes
him?
me $380.
No, I do not. I only owe her, Destiny Bradley, $200, Your Honor.
What do you owe her $200 for?
For the money that she gave me for the rent that I had needed. And I asked her that I needed the loan.
All right. So she says $380, you say $200.
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's talk about you. Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Has he ever been arrested?
When going back and forth, asking him to give me my money, one day he tells me that he's about to go to court for assault and battery charge. When I called Talea and asked Talea about it, she laughs at me and tells me no. For what? What did he get? What is he assault and battery for what? I said, supposedly he got into a fight with a guy named Lee. And she laughed again and said, no. He calls me the next day around midnight. He's like, yeah, I'm in jail. Yeah, it's assault and battery.
No,
whatever. Got off the phone. He calls the next day.
I never been to jail. Never.
Yeah, that's one of the other lies that you said.
What? What is this? You've been to jail, you got a brain tumor, everybody's dying left and right?
No, I never told Destiny Bradley about
Did you
a brain
need attention from this woman?
No.
What was your relationship with her?
Back then, we was just friends. She wanted to be more than friends, and I wasn't.
Oh, she wanted to be more than friends.
She wanted to be more than friends. She wanted somebody to show her some type of affections.
She did.
She did. And like every day, like
and you were considering it, but weren't going to cross the Rubicon here.
Right. So therefore, she called me and she asked me that, she said, well, she always called me and she get mad because I tell her that I can't go. She get mad and she get to cussing and arguing at me because I can't go out, and she get.
But then
really
why is she
pissed off.
saying, you're calling her up saying, I got assault and battery charge, I'm in jail, I got a brain
don't
tumor,
know.
I'm going to die, mom's dying, grandma's dying, everybody's dying?
Because my mother's in good health, and my grandmother, she's been dead. My grandmother been dead since 2003.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. But do you make things up to get attention?
No, I do not. I might lie about a few things, but I I might lie about a few things, but no, I don't make up anything.
Like what?
I wouldn't make up nothing like a brain tumor or been
Okay,
in jail.
let's give me
nothing
an
like
idea of a small white lie.
that. A small white lie, like I might say something like, I have to go to work and I can't do it, or something like. I might make up something small, but not nothing real big like a brain tumor. I've been in jail, or I need nothing like that. No.
You smoke weed or anything like that?
Yes, I do.
Thank you for telling the truth.
And I'm not gonna lie about that.
All right. Then she says you owe her $380. You say you admit you owe her $200. How much you owe her?
200.
Can I say something?
Yes, because I'm
Okay.
ready to rule here.
When he called her and he asked her if she would go to his apartment and get the bail money so he can get out of jail. She asked him how, and the only reason why I know this is because she was supposed to come get me, but she didn't.
Bail him out of jail? But he's never been arrested.
Wait, listen.
He tells me I have $1,200 in my top drawer. Can you go get the money to post bail? I said, I don't have a key. How am I supposed to get the money? He goes, well, I moved and I stay in Urban Village now. The code to get in the apartment complex is 1234. My apartment number is 16. I go to Urban Village, press in 1234. It goes beep, 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 wrong code. I called Talia. I say, well, did Kevontae move? She started laughing, like, why he keep telling everybody that he live in Urban Village? No, he still stays in Turtle Creek.
Oh my God.
She tells me that the apartment 16 is the showroom for Urban Village. That's another lie.
Are you out of your mind? You guys are friends.
Yes.
Okay. You're a nice lady.
Yes.
They are too. Come on. What's the scoop here?
Okay, so Destiny, she calls me up and she was like, Kevontae said he has a assault and battery thing going on, whatever. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, he want me to come to the apartment and get some amount of money out of his drawer. I was like, I just got off the phone with Kevontae. I don't know nothing about this. So she was like, well, he said he's staying in Urban Village. And I was like, no, he's still staying in Turtle Creek, far as I'm concerned. And she was like, oh, okay. So I called Kevontae, I'm asking what he's doing. He says nothing. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna call you back. So later on down the line, whatever, he was like, I need $200 or whatever. This was during the time I had
Why do you
moved
think
out.
he needs money?
For the rent.
For the rent. You think it's for the rent?
Right.
Okay.
Because during this time, I had moved out. And this was like November or whatever. And it was like his rent is $649.
Mm-hmm.
So during that time, I don't know how much money he needed or whatever. That's all I know is that he got $200.
How does he make the rent?
How does he make the rent?
Yeah, how do you pay your rent?
I'm working.
Where?
Circle 7 maintenance for the city of Southfield.
You work for the city?
The company is affiliated with city of Southfield.
Okay. Anything you want to say?
No.
Okay. The issue for the court is whether or not the defendant is liable to the plaintiff for unpaid loans and for conversion. The conversion being the money that you allegedly were given to get a phone for the plaintiff. There is no counterclaim here, and the defendant, interestingly, admits that he owes the plaintiff $200. Plaintiff says that he owes her $380. There isn't one iota of evidence presented from the defendant which convinces me that anything that the plaintiff says is not true. So I am going to award $380 to the plaintiff. They have proven their case by a preponderance of the evidence. And let me say this, Kevontae. If you want attention, say nice things to someone. You don't need to say you have a brain tumor to get attention from a woman. And you certainly should never say you've been arrested and need bail money when you've never been arrested. All right? There are other ways to get attention. So the verdict is for the plaintiff, $380, so order. Thank you.